They have their own beer here.
It is the simple pleasures in travel that Natalia loves. Here's our first impression looking down the main street at Vang Vieng. Off in the distance there I see the head of Buddha. I see some beautiful mountains, and there's a lot of stuff to see here, including lagoons, caves, and tons more. It's also a noted party town. Lots of young backpackers come here to hang out. We have found a vegan spot, so let's check that out. We are at Capvet Vegan Restaurant, and they have an extensive menu of all sorts of vegan things. We have ordered, sure everything's gonna be great, but it is taking a very long time. The herbs tea, a mango shake, a larb sandwich, and a sweet and sour tofu. Mango freshness. The sandwich tastes like a classic. A little bit of ketchup, a little bit of mayo, lettuce, a bit of fried tofu with a hint of marination to it, and a crispy baguette, white bread. Tastes like a childhood sandwich on a long bun. Quite nice. The soup was filled with all sorts of tofu, seitan, and vegetables. The broth wasn't incredibly interesting, but it still hit the spot in a lot of ways. Carrots and potatoes with a little bit of mushroom in a basic but nicely presented sauce. I'm not overjoyed by it, but it is still quite tasty. Fun fact, Laos, specifically Vang Vieng, is the cheapest place in the world to have a hot air balloon ride. It's about $80 to $100 US for a 1-hour ride. Gonna go briefly walk the night market and see what the vibes are. Right now, looks like a pretty happening place. So after a couple days of Natalia being sick and us trying out this place by takeout yesterday, we're headed back in person the next night to try H&H Pizza, which is also has an extensive vegan menu. It's directly across from a very cute temple. Soup is remarkably close to Vietnamese pho. Does that look like something you'd like?
Yes.
Clear broth, full of flavor. Has a little bit more of an herbal edge to it that maybe includes parsley and extra basil and mint kind of in the broth itself. But otherwise, it's something for a pho lover. Pho show. Laos curry is just very nice. I can taste a bit more clove or a little bit more cinnamon. And it has a light sweetness, but it also has incredible herby tastes. Basil and mint. Really, really tasty. It definitely tastes more fusion than some Southeast Asian curries. I can taste a little bit more Indian influence and Thai influence in there. Galangal. It really permeates the dish in a nice way with lots of balance. We also went back the next night and had even better food with even worse camera quality for some reason. Classic, nice tasting, freshly prepared tempeh. Mushrooms as a larb medium is such a great idea. Love it. These vegetables, very delicious. Cooked beautifully. Fresh herbs, happy. Crispy on the outside, soft and tender with glass noodles, perfectly cooked filling, really, really good. Wow. Tonight we sat in, and it's also a nice experience. Excellent food, well balanced, there's a lot of flavor, nothing is too overly spicy unless you want it to be, and you can just ask for some chopped Thai chilies. H&H or Ngonimiok vegan family restaurant. The whole bill was 230,000 kip, which is about $16-17 Canadian. We've got a scooter and we are on our way to some of Vang Vieng's vaunted lagoons. Let's go see some lagoons. But not before we saw our lives flash before us on these bridges. Well, Mel's Point is weird. Didn't that 15 seconds feel like a lifetime to you? Well, the roads here are not as good as other places, so if you rent a scooter here, please be careful. Lots of potholes,
lots of rocky ground, and the scooter stock is not the best in the world. So go slow and watch yourself on that weird bridge.
We've arrived at Blue Lagoon number 3. It promises swimming, a zip line, relaxation, floating on inner tubes, just kind of water recreation. I see a cute fish in there already. If you have been to the Playa Riviera area of Mexico, think of these as cenotes, essentially. Entrance to a lagoon, $1.30 Canadian. First of all, a little cave hike. Hi. Whoa. Okay? Yeah. The tiniest little voice. Yeah. The cave was eerie, but also pretty cool. And we've got an arrow to a pool. Just pass through this tiny little hole here. Whoa. Let's go see the pool. And then honestly get out of here. You shine a light on the pool. Oh.
Yeah.
I think that's probably
As far as you want to go.
good for me. We saw the edge of it, but it got really, really slippery, and that's okay for me. These shoes had great tread 5 months ago at the beginning of the trip, but the heel is pretty much smooth, so come on down. You're the next contestant on Don't Die in a Cave. A lot of people don't know about this. They don't realize what an underground activity it is. What do you think about this cave, Natalia? It rocks, hey? Oh no. Quite an angle. Okay, cool. The cave, it's free. It's free with admission. We have made it out of the mountain cave. Bring a headlamp. They said that you need one. We used our cell phones. That was slower going than we should have been. But we're very pro though, because we're from Canada. And as you know, Canadians are really familiar with caves. So, you lived. And I lived. How nice. Lagoon number 3 was very nice. Now we're going to head off to lagoon number 2 or 1, just see where the day takes us. There's a whole bunch of these, 9 of them. So if you want to do a whole darn tour, you can rent yourself a tuk-tuk, or you can rent yourself a scooter. The drinks and food at this one are a little bit more expensive. Who knows why. So we've got quite a water slide here, big diving platform. These guys have been discussing this jump for like 10 minutes. But will they actually do, oh, no, oh, backwards? We're gonna do it backwards? Tandem jumping happening now. Wow. This water here feels a little less comfortable to swim in. It's a little bit slimy on the sides. Do not poop, RP.
It was lovely and chill. We heard the delicate murmurs of children playing excitedly in the distance.
So you can take it as easy or as high-paced as you like. There's like 9 of these to see. We've seen 2 in the whole day. They mostly have the same stuff. Lots of the tuk-tuk drivers with those trucks that kind of have the wide open bed that you can fit 10 people in. They do these tours all day where you just kind of go at your own pace like that. It's between $7 and $10 a day to rent a scooter. 24 hours, a little bit more if you need it, but we found that it was fine within the parameters of like 8 to 6. We're leaving at a little bit before dinner time, headed back into town. going to get a bubble tea or something like that. You can use it to enjoy the shade. You can use it to get some nice cold water swimming. You can use it to get a bunch of sun tanning if you want to cook your skin for the future, like a lot of these lovely young people here are doing. And it seems quite social. We're going to skip Lagoon number 1 because it is just always very busy and very party. So there's a tip there. If you want a very busy, very party lagoon, go to Lagoon number 1. It's the closest one to town anyway. Lagoons, a main thing to do in Vang Vieng.
Okay, bump here.
Here's another similar bridge. It had holes in it everywhere, and no one seemed to mind that.
Oh, okay. All right.
There is a toll bridge, I found out after. So, cheat death and save 10 cents.
How much worse than the Patello could it be?
Lychee bubble tea with extra pearls. $1.50. We are headed out for what is probably one last dinner here in Vang Vieng. Now, we didn't get a chance to see much. Natalia got sick. It pissed rain today, so we didn't get to do the hike. But overall, our impression of it is a nice little party town. Lots of stuff to do. We just didn't see a ton of it. Let's go try out one more restaurant. It's just called Veggies. They have a fairly sizable menu. This place here is fully vegan in every way. The prices are a tiny bit more expensive. We've ordered a veggie burger and fries, a larb sandwich, and spring rolls, as well as a papaya salad.
Pulpy, fresh coconut all through that. Coconut milk, lightly sweet, perfect consistency, really tasty. Oh my god.
Soft patty, fresh bun, lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and loads of mayo. Satisfying. A classic potato-y, beanie type patty. It's a larb sandwich. Big, fluffy, fresh bun. The taste of tofu larb with a bit of ketchup. They use vermicelli for the pork influence here, the crunchy soy and tofu, and then just a simple presentation of lettuce, tomato, and cucumber. Crispy, satisfying, but better than the burger for sure. Really nice. The papaya salad is tangy. Has like a pickled taste to it, which is actually quite nice. This is quite nice. Fresh vegetables in there. Shredded up nicely, not a huge portion. On the spring roll side, I found them a little bit tough on the outside. Still decently tasty, but the ones at H&H far surpass these ones, I think. But still an overall decent enough tasty dish. This spot was really, really tasty. I'm going to give it the edge simply because it's entirely vegan. So the whole family isn't vegan, but Mom, the initiator of this restaurant, is. Awesome to know. There's vegans everywhere. So for Vegan Everywhere, there are vegans everywhere. And I'm David.